हेलो हाय एवरीवन, दिस इज पल्लवी। हाउ आर यू गाइस? कैसे हैं आप लोग? हाय रूबी, हाय श्रीलता, हाय संजय, हाय अश्विनी। Okay, so 4,000 people have joined in today. So we are going to, talk about a very different subject, very interesting subject because it's more about what was, in our past, sexually speaking. So we all know about the trends, sexual trends, in the current society, in the contemporary society. But what was there like thousands of years back? Okay, so we're going to talk about the sexuality, sexual practices in ancient India. तो पुरातन जो था आपका पुरातन समय जो था उसमें क्या सेक्सुअल बिहेवियर था, हाउ वाज सेक्स टेकन एज। ओके, सो हाय इंदुमती, हाय शरद, हाय रंगा, हाय विकास। Okay, so the quiz is about to start, guys, in 2 minutes 53 seconds from now. So just be keep a check on your time and attempt the quiz and get lots of points. Okay, so see, we all know, when you are saying when we talk about a certain subject, like especially something as transformation of sex culture. So thank you so much, guys, for the compliments. I'm really, I'm blushing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought that it's about ancient India, so let me have a, Indian attire. So that was, yeah, interesting as it's Indian in sociological aspect. Correct. So जैसे कि मैं बता रही थी कि एंशियंट इंडिया में सेक्सुअल प्रैक्टिसेस कैसी होती थी. See, we all should be knowing that India is a land of Kama Sutra. That is something that we all know. Okay, and thanks, Samriddhi. So we all know that India is the land of Kama Sutra, and Kama Sutra talked about sex as a science. Okay, so unlike today's times when sex is just thought of as act or it is something shamed at, Kama Sutra delved into the scientific aspects of the sex, both in the context of marriage as well as outside marriage. So yes, Kama Sutra sought to talk about how you can actually have a satisfying relationship outside marriage and how you can actually maintain a fulfilling relationship inside marriage. तो वो ड्यूअल व्यू था कामा सूत्र का. Now like Indian section, like Indian scriptures are replete with references of tantalizing games. तो एक गेम होता है घाट कंचुकी. सो घाट कंचुकी इज़ अ गेम, इट वॉज फ्रॉम द टाइम्स ऑफ बाजीराव पेशवा. तो बाजीराव पेशवा के टाइम पे घाट कंचुकी करके एक गेम होता था जिसमें मैन एंड वेमेन वुड असेंबल नियर अ घाट. सो दैट्स लाइक अ बैंक ऑफ अ काइंड ऑफ रिवर. So they would assemble near a ghat and there is a big pot, and there is a big pot, and then women will drop their clothes one by one into the pot, and then men would get to pick a piece of cloth. तो जिस आदमी ने जो कपड़ा उठाया, he will get to sleep with that woman, and this game will continue until everyone has slept with everyone. So that was like a completely liberalism, liberal outlook of sex, that it was playful, it was pleasure, it was not moralized, it was not like controlled. Okay, so controlling nature नहीं दिखता है Indian sexual history में, ancient sexual history में. So yeah, all the best for the quiz. That's where we take a pause, and please join back after the session. Hi, Dr. Abhishek. Okay, thank you. तो हम भी आपका वेट कर रहे थे, आप सबका इस शो का मैं बहुत ही बेसब्री से, मुझे भी इंतज़ार रहता है कि it's more about talking, like you can see we are actually talking here, so it's great. So yeah, Divya, that's great. 10,000 points, amazing. Thank you, Kamakshi. तो जैसे कि हम बात कर रहे थे कि इंडिया का जो कल्चर है, बेसिकली रिलीजन एंड सेक्स आर ऑल्सो इंटरलिंक्ड. सो यू विल एक्चुअली सी अ लॉट ऑफ स्कल्पचर्स इन इंडियन इरोटिक टेम्पल्स. तो एक टेम्पल होता है, जो टेम्पल को हमेशा मानते हैं कि अ टेम्पल इज ऑल अबाउट मोडेस्ट्री क्लोथ deities, and they are so beautiful. But ancient India, there are a lot of temples that are erotic temples. So Sun Temple, Konark, Khajuraho, then Ajanta and Ellora. There are like so many temples. You will actually see like there are 18 such temples in India that have erotic sculptures, which is like मैथुना. उसको मैथुना कहते हैं उन sculptures को. मैथुना का मतलब होता है कि यूनियन. So the temples are showing man and a woman in sexual union. That is called मैथुना. तो ऐसे टेम्पल्स में आज के टाइम पे इट इज़ अनथिंकेबल. हम सोच भी नहीं सकते कि क्या किसी टेम्पल में इरोटिक स्कल्पचर हम बना सकते हैं. इफ़ वी आर टू डू अ न्यू कंस्ट्रक्शन, इट विल गेट डेमोलिश्ड. ओके, नो वन विल एक्चुअली approve of it. But despite this fact, we do have a lot of these temples. So that actually points to the more sexually liberally, sexually accepting, sexually encouraging society. तो ये सारे कुछ आर्टिफैक्ट्स हैं, कुछ प्रूफ्स हैं कि क्या इंडिया, जो एंशियंट इंडिया था, क्या वहाँ पे सच में सेक्स इतना ओपनली एक्सेप्टेड होता था. तो जो हमारे पास रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, जो हमारे पास आज के टाइम पे जो भी रेमनेंट्स हैं, रिमेनिंग जो स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, दैट एक्चुअली इंडिकेट टुवर्ड्स दैट. And it's a good sign, no, that okay, yeah, we were liberal. So we'll also talk about how from high pedestal of Kama Sutra, India has actually seen a mighty fall in terms of sexuality. तो इंडिया कैसे वहाँ से यहाँ तक गिरा, जहाँ पे आज हम सेक्स वर्ड बोलते हुए भी हम झिझकते हैं. तो कैसे हुआ ये? So we'll also talk about that. So the quiz is about to start, about to finish, guys. So I'm just waiting 30 seconds to go now, so that people actually all people partake in the discussion and no one misses anything. क्योंकि फिर वो बीच में ऐसे disconnect होता है. So just be there. Whoever has joined, like who is not doing the quiz, just be there. Okay, and what's all? Let's read some comments. Happy Navratri. Yeah, Navratras has started. No, anyone is on fast? So आप बताइए, क्या आपने देखा है कभी इरोटिक स्कल्पचर? देखा है किसी ने? कभी कोई गए हैं किसी इरोटिक स्कल्पचर? they are like tourist sites also. So have some of you been to Khajuraho, Sun Temple, Konark, Ajanta, Ellora? Even उदयपुर में काफ़ी सारे हैं. मर्केंडेश्वर करके है महाराष्ट्र में, वहाँ पे काफ़ी सारे इरोटिक स्कल्पचर्स हैं. सो या एनी वन ऑफ यू हैव विजिटेड? Comments even if you have not, then it's okay. So guys, I think all of you have joined back from quiz. 20,000 people, almost 20,000 people have joined today. Excellent. So सन टेम्पल कोनार्क की बात करते हैं. जैसे आई वॉज टेलिंग दैट इन एंशियंट इंडिया रिलीजन एंड सेक्स वेर इंटरलिंक्ड. हाउ? बाय द structure of erotic temples. So there are a lot of erotic temples, and temples are places of worship. So you go and actually worship, and those erotic temples have seen male and women sculptures indulged in sexual union. So they are actually sexually copulating. तो copulation दिख रहा है, proper penetration दिख रहा है, लिंग दिख रहा है, even योनि दिख रही है. जो वेजाइना होता है वुमन का, वो भी बहुत ही क्लियर है. नेकेड ब्रेस्ट है, heavy hips हैं. So there is a lot of eroticism portrayed from those sculptures. Okay, great. I see a lot of 50. So congratulations guys for sharing this course, and a big cheer and big applause for all of you. Great. तो जैसे कि मैं कह रही थी कि Sun Temple, Konark and similar other temples, they have those men and women sculptures in copulating posture. So you will actually see a man inserting his penis into a woman's vagina, that too on the exterior wall of a temple, right? So now the thing is like, how, how is this possible, like how you can actually put that on a temple? Okay, so basically even Britishers were quite puzzled. So they say that these temples are most beautiful and yet most obscene. This is how they describe, because they were unable to, unable to make out a logic that how a temple can have a couple engaged in sex. Even we can actually, we will agree with the Britishers. So but if we see of our ancestors, they were like completely fine with the idea. And this depiction of Indian sex symbolism, जो ये sex symbolism होता है, जो दिखाया गया है, दर्शाया गया है उन मंदिरों में, उन कामुक जो मूर्तियाँ होती हैं उसमें जो दिखाया गया है, बेसिकली इट इज़ सैक्रमेंटल. ओके, सैक्रमेंटल का मतलब है कि इट हैज़ वेरी सेक्रेड सिग्निफिकेंस. ये बहुत ज़्यादा उसको पवित्र माना गया है. ओके, हाउ? बिकॉज इट इज़ एक्चुअली डिनोटिंग द यूनियन ऑफ स्पिरिट विद यूनिवर्स. तो एक आदमी और औरत का जो मिलन होता है उसको एक स्पिरिचुअल सिग्निफिकेंस दिया गया है. तो सेक्स हैज़ बीन गिवन अ स्पिरिचुअल सिग्निफिकेंस, अ स्पिरिचुअल इम्पॉर्टेंस, दैट इट इज़ similar to a union of a man, of a being, of a human being with the universe, with the larger cosmos. तो इसको ये कहा गया है कि this is how should be, like it is sacramental, there is nothing to be ashamed at. Then the sculptures जो होते हैं उनको ये कहा गया है samsara. Okay, there is a concept called samsara, which means that you have to give up on your, you have to pass, I won't say give up, because giving up is something that we have like kind of started to understand these days, ki give up your sexual desires. But they said that you have to pass through the sexual desire to reach moksha. तो मोक्षा प्राप्त करने के लिए कहा गया है कि आपको वो जो डिज़ायर्स है उनको क्रॉस करना है, उनको बाईपास नहीं करना. मतलब कि अगर डिज़ायर, अगर ये एक it's an odyssey, it's a journey, so you cannot just jump over it, you cannot skip it, so you have to pass through it. Okay, तो ये चीज़ें मानी जाती थी कि इट्स अ सेक्रेमेंटल. जो भी मंदिरों में जो स्कल्पचर्स हैं, बिकॉज सेक्स वॉज गिवन अ स्पिरिचुअल सिग्निफिकेंस. समसारा की बात होती है कि इट इज़ लाइक ओनली क्रॉसिंग योर सेक्शुअल डिज़ायर्स यू कैन रीच मोक्षा. तो टेम्पल के बाहर वो मूर्तियाँ अंदर नहीं बनी हुई है, बाहर बनी हुई. तो एक ये रीज़न आता है, जो स्कॉलर्स हैं, हिस्टोरियंस कहते हैं कि जो मूर्तियाँ हैं वो बाहर क्यों बनी, ताकि जब इंसान उन मूर्तियों को देखे तो उसका सारा जो सेक्शुअल शुदा है, दैट सेक्शुअल हंगर इज सेटिएटेड एंड ही गोज इन टू द टेम्पल विद अ पीसफुल माइंड, एंड नॉट जस्ट व्हेन ही हैज़ टू लाइक शन दोज डिज़ायर्स, व्हेन ही हैज़ टू push off those desires, because that's not the right way, that's not something you can actually do it. The more you try to stop thinking about it, the more you will think about it. So better embrace it completely, wholly, and then move on. तो ये उनका एक logic था. Now we most of us know about Kama Sutra, that is the first literary text about sex education. But there are other texts also, which is called Kama Shastra, Anandaranga. So Anandaranga is basically the garden of pleasure. So Anandaranga was also written by one of the scholars, and it also talks about a lot of sexual pleasure, behavior, positions, dynamics, a lot of things. So you see that from there we are becoming more and more regressive. ठीक है, रिग्रेसिव इसलिए होते जा रहे हैं कि आज विमेन को ऑब्जेक्टिफाई किया जाता है, सेक्स को क्लैरिटी नहीं है, सेक्स हैज़ बिकम सच एन ऑब्सेशन. आई मीन वी ऑल क्रेव फॉर सेक्स, राइट? एंड देन वी कैन नॉट इवन टॉक अबाउट इट. सी वी कैन टॉक अबाउट एवरी डिफरेंट प्लेजर. वी कैन टॉक अबाउट आवर फेवरेट फूड, वी कैन टॉक अबाउट आवर फेवरेट मूवीज, फेवरेट कलर, फेवरेट ड्रेस, favorite holiday destination, everything we talk about favorite, but can we talk about our favorite sexual posture? It all comes down to that, कि क्या हमारा जो प्लेजर एस्पेक्ट है सेक्स में, उसकी बात क्यों नहीं कर सकते? अगर प्लेजर की बात हो रही है, प्लेजर हर चीज़ में है, खाने में है, वी हैव आवर फेवरेट पेट्स, एनीथिंग यू थिंक ऑफ, favorite cosmetics, favorite this, favorite like university, favorite teacher, favorite friends. But when it comes to sex, there is a complete silence. So that's like, that points to shame. It doesn't, you cannot actually dismiss all of it as privacy. There is a lot of shame involved in that, and that is where I'm trying to break this taboo by talking about the history. That please look back and see the sculpture, see the Kama Sutra. I mean, who has written this? I mean, of course, our forefathers के पहले भी जो ancestors थे उन्होंने लिखा है. So now see, सेक्स को जो माना जाता था पहले, सेक्स को ये माना जाता था कि इट हैज़ अ वेरी पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट ऑन द कपल, बिकॉज ह्यूमन बींग्स आर एसेंशली सोशल इन नेचर. हम लोग जो हैं, हम सोशल हैं. वी आर नॉट लाइक मेंट टू बी आइसोलेटेड. आज के टाइम पे 5000 फ्रेंड्स होते हैं फेसबुक पे, मतलब का एक भी कोई फ्रेंड नहीं होता है. राइट, वी हैव लाइक 5000 फ्रेंड्स इन फेसबुक, बट नॉट इवन अ सिंगल फ्रेंड टुडे. So we are, by and large, we are social beings, and we like to have intimate connections with other people, and sex is a way to create that intimate connection. Okay, it's about mutual gratification, it is about shared contentment, it is about togetherness, it is about strength. तो ये बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं, अलग रीजंस होता है कि कब हमें सेक्स क्यों अच्छा लगता है. कि एक ग्रेटिफिकेशन मिलता है, एक प्लेजर मिलता है, एक कंटेंटमेंट मिलता है, बिकॉज एक एनर्जी होती है जो निकलना चाहती है बॉडी से, तो एक कंटेंटमेंट मिलता है. टुगेदरनेस होती है कि दो लोग साथ में आते हैं, वो एक पल शेयर करते हैं, खूबसूरत पल शेयर करते हैं, एक खूबसूरत लम्हा होता है, तो टुगेदरनेस होता है. एंड देन देर इज़ अ स्ट्रेंथ, लाइक यू ऑल्सो गेट अ लॉट ऑफ विगर, व्हेन यू एक्चुअली kind of have an orgasm. So there could be different reasons, but it has a positive effect on the couple. तो इसको हमेशा माना जाता है कि नहीं, sex is for the good, okay, for the human beings who want to feel connected. So it's a kind of connection, intimate connection. So it is completely in sync with the humanity, goals of humanity, कि हाँ हम एक human beings हैं, तो sex is a part and parcel of that. Okay, it's not अलग से नहीं, अलग थलग नहीं है, वो एक हमारी ह्यूमैनिटी का हिस्सा है. नाउ लेट मी टॉक अबाउट सम एंशियंट स्टोरीज, legends, even characters. So Satyavati and Rishi Parashar. So Satyavati and Rishi Parashar, it is mentioned in chapter 63 of Adi Parva in Mahabharata. So Satyavati और ऋषि पराशर जो थे, they were like a couple. Okay, so they were unmarried couple, they did not marry, and they had like it's been said that they had a child out of wedlock. तो सत्यवती और जो पराशर थे, ऋषि पराशर थे, उन्होंने शादी नहीं की थी, पर उनका एक बच्चा हुआ था विच वॉज आउट ऑफ वेडलॉक, विच वॉज आउट ऑफ मैरिज, बिकॉज दे डिड नॉट मैरी. एंड वो जो बच्चा था वो बड़ा होके वेद व्यास बना, जिसने महाभारता लिखा. ओके, सो वेद व्यास was the author of Mahabharata. So author of Mahabharata was a child born out of wedlock. Now that's a big thing to know, because Mahabharata is something that we have all seen. बचपन में देखा था टीवी पे, we have read about Mahabharata, but did we know that author of Mahabharata, Ved Vyas, was a child born out of wedlock? Okay, then even in 104th chapter of Adi Parva, it is mentioned that son of Uttat, which is like son of Uttat, Dirghatma started making out in front of a lot of people. Okay, so started making out with a woman in front of a lot of people, son of Uttat. It is mentioned in 103rd chapter of Adi Parva. तो अगर ऐसी बात हो रही कि openly making out with a woman, can we even kiss a girl in front of a lot of people? So there were times when our ancestors were making out, openly making out in front of a lot of people, and it was accepted. तो ये काफ़ी चीज़ें हैं जो अगर हम पढ़ते हैं कि हिस्ट्री में ऐसी चीज़ें हैं, ऐसा मेंशन है, एंड दीज आर रिकॉर्डेड एविडेंस, लाइक देयर इज़ अ प्रॉपर रिकॉर्ड ऑफ महाभारता. Then someone asked to repeat me about Ghat Kanchuki. So Ghat Kanchuki is a game played in the times of Bajirao Peshwa. तो इसमें क्या होता था? It was a game played in Pune, and there was an equal number of men and equal number of women participating. So they would come together, and there was no bar of caste, no bar of relationship. It was a play. So the men and women in equal numbers would come together, and women will disrobe their clothes, so they will drop down all their clothes in a pot. Okay, तो घाट कंचुकी जो गेम होता था, that was played in Pune in the times of Bajirao Peshwa, and that game involved equal participation of men and women irrespective of their relationship status, caste, creed, religion, anything. So they would come together and women will disrobe themselves, drop their clothes into the pot, and men used to pick the clothes. So whoever man who is getting to pick a certain clothes will get to sleep with that woman, and the game will continue till everyone has slept with everyone. तो ऐसा एक गेम होता था. बट आई मीन it's very interesting to see that how times have changed. I mean, हम कहते हैं कि हम प्रोग्रेस कर रहे हैं, तो वो क्या था? Wasn't that more progressive? And I'm not saying that we should actually go to a Ghat Kanchuki, but again, when you say we have become so regressive that we can't even utter the word sex, whereas there was an open, playfulness about sex. So you can actually read about not just this, you can read about Krishna and his 10,000 wives, and there was polygamy widely practiced. So राजा दशरथ की 4 पत्नियां थीं, ओके, और बहुत सारे राजा थे जिनकी बहुत सारी बीवियां थीं. अर्जुना was having more than one wife. Draupadi had 5 husbands. I mean, these are like polyandry, and polygamy was widely practiced in ancient India. And I'm not saying that, okay, this has to be legalized, but it talks about the open mindset, right? And I think that with times we have become more aggressive. It's very clear. Not saying that, again, I'm please don't take it that I'm actually advocating for polygamy or polyandry or any kind of group orgy, but it's more about a mindset. They did not consider sex as impure. That's the thing, that they did not consider sex as impure, as dirty. But whereas we somehow, they considered sex as something as of a spiritual significance, like spiritual connection, a very deep connection. Then they thought, why don't share this bliss with everyone? I think that was perhaps their logic. तो मैं उस thought की बात कर रही हूँ कि where sex was not considered as dirty, it was rather secret. Okay. तो घाट कंचुकी गेम से हम आगे बढ़ते हैं और हम बात करते हैं उलूपी एंड अर्जुना की. सो उलूपी वॉज द डॉटर ऑफ सरपेंट किंग, ओके, कौरव्या की डॉटर होती है उलूपी, एंड शी सेड टू अर्जुन दैट if an unmarried woman wants sex, then you should not reject it. So she wanted to sleep with Arjuna for one night, and she proposed Arjuna, and Arjuna को convince करने के उसने ये कहा कि if an unmarried woman Amit is saying, Amit, yeah, you can actually check Ghat Kanchuki. So it is mentioned in, again, Mahabharata's Adi Parva that if an unmarried woman expresses her desire to have sex, it should be fulfilled. And Ulupi actually says this to Arjuna because she wanted to sleep with him. And it was completely fine, it was completely fine, okay, if an unmarried woman wants to have sex, and if the people consent to sex and mutually want to indulge in the act, there is nothing wrong in it. This is what she is saying to Arjuna, Ulupi, the daughter of serpent king Kauravya. तो ये एक सेकेंड स्टोरी है, थर्ड स्टोरी है. इनफैक्ट सत्यवती पराशर की बात हमने की, वेद व्यास की बात की, घाट कंचुकी की बात की. सो उलूपी एंड अर्जुना. नाउ नेक्स्ट कम महाराजा रंजीत सिंह. सो महाराजा रंजीत सिंह जो थे, बहुत लोग जानते हैं उनको, ओके, एंड ही वॉज एक्चुअली नोन फॉर हिज कलरफुल लाइफ. सो हिज सेक्शुअल एंटिक्स वे वेरी पॉपुलर. सो ही वुड बी एक्चुअली सीन हैविंग सेक्स इन द पब्लिक आई. ओके, सो उनके जो सेक्शुअल एनकाउंटर्स होते थे वो पब्लिक फोरम में होते थे ना, एवरीवन कैन एक्चुअली सी इट. सो यू कैन इमेजिन दैट, ओके, देयर वाज अ टाइम वेयर a king would use to openly indulge in sexual encounters in full public view, and that was like celebrated, because again, sex is not dirty. I'm not condoning their acts, or nor I'm saying that, okay, you go and have open sex, but the thought, repeating it again and again, because we need to think about it. The thought of sex was very much pious, it was very much beautiful, it was very much fulfilling. I mean, they never thought कि सेक्स गंदा हो सकता है. ये जो थिंकिंग आई है, ये दिस हैज़ कम फ्रॉम मेजरली फ्रॉम ब्रिटिशर्स हु हैड इन्वेडेड इंडिया इन लाइक 18th century basically. तो ब्रिटिशर्स जब आए तो उनके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा अजूबा था कि हिंदू लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. दे स्टार्टेड having reforms, and Brahmo Samaj, Arya Samaj, these kind of organizations started growing, social organization. They started bringing widespread reforms. So it is ironical that on one hand Brahmo Samaj and Arya Samaj has actually worked very hard for women education, women remarriage. सती प्रथा को बंद करने में राजा राम मोहन रॉय का बहुत बड़ा रोल था. So on one hand, the Brahmo Samaj and Arya Samaj helped in women emancipation, but on the second hand, they also kind of agreed with the British that sex is not to be talked about, it is to be controlled, it is to be hidden, that kind of thinking. So it was very ironical कि एक तरफ हम women को emancipate कर रहे थे, एक तरफ हम sexual liberty, sexual agency withhold कर रहे हैं. तो ultimately what happened was the same women get objectified because आपने एक natural urge को block कर दिया है. Okay. तो ये एक आयरॉनिकल बात थी. देन उर्वशी, सो यू वुड नो अबाउट अप्सराज. ओके, इंद्र के दरबार में भी अप्सराएं होती थी, मेनका, उर्वशी. ओके, एंड उर्वशी हैड एन आई फॉर अर्जुना. सो शी सेड दैट एनी वुमेन ऑफ पौरवा वंश, शी बिलोंग टू पौरवा वंश, इफ स्लीप्स विथ एनी member of this like Arjuna and his other brothers, it is not considered as immoral. But Arjuna rejected the offer. So I mean, it is seen that women are proposing men to have sex, unmarried women. It is not actually seen as only within marriage and marriage. There was like very open acceptance of sexual relationships outside marriage. Then दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द थिंग्स. सो अप्सराएँ जो हम कहते हैं, अप्सराएँ होती हैं, देवदासियाँ होती हैं. बेसिकली इट इज़ ऑल्सो अ सेक्शुअल, it has a sexual content because apsara meant to be nymphs, basically nymphs. So apsara would mean to disrupt the meditation of the sage. So there is a rishi who is meditating, and apsara had to disrupt it so that he doesn't acquire enormous power. So Vishwamitra thi or Menaka thi. So that was a sexual chemistry. Can't you see that when Menaka came on the earth to disturb the meditation, like to break the meditation of Vishwamitra, she was actually trying to charm him by her sexuality. तो हर जगह एक ओपन रेफरेंस है सेक्स का. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट little bit about incest. So incest is something that is like horrifying for most of us, that how can a brother and sister sleep together, or father and daughter sleep together, or mother and son sleep together, so members of same blood relationships. But even in ancient India, it is mentioned about Yam and Yamini. So 10th mandala of Rig Veda, okay, 10th mandala of Rig Veda mentions about a brother and sister called Yam and Yamini, where Yamini expresses her desire to sleep with her own brother, and she says that it is her brother's duty to keep her sister happy. So incest का भी reference है ancient India में. Okay, but this entire episode was criticized by scholars. Like, we would not recommend that. I mean, even okay, premarital sex is okay, outside marriage sex is also consensual, is also okay, but incest is something that even scholars have criticized. So we don't know if it is true or not, but there is a reference in Rig Veda. Okay, then polyandry. Like I said that this Draupadi was not the only reference where she had 5 husbands. First chapter of Rig Veda states that daughter of sun god is married to Ashwini brothers. Okay, so ये लिखा हुआ है first chapter of Rig Veda, which means that polyandry has also existed, where women would get married to more than one man, not just a man, because we know about polygamy that was very recent. Till the time of independence, kings did have multiple wives, even at the time of independence, even after the independence. But women का इतना सुना नहीं था, but women का भी होता था. Okay, and so Kama Sutra ensured that both husband and wife had to satisfy and pleasure each other sexually. तो ये एक कामा सूत्रा ने बहुत ही ज़्यादा लिखा हुआ है. क्राफ्ट्स के बारे में लिखा हुआ है, फूड्स के बारे में लिखा हुआ है, right? So there is a lot of practices, positions, that it is important for a good life. Okay, sex is important for a good life. That is what is the understatement. Correct. Yes, Shashank, to a large extent, but it is like majorly it was the Britishers. So even Mughals के केस में they were still like Mughals के केस में they maintained harems. तो हैरम्स में भी मल्टीपल वाइफ्स होती थी, बट ब्रिटिशर्स दे एक्चुअली टॉक दैट नो, इट हैज़ टू बी एक्सक्लूसिव, मैरिज हैज़ टू बी एक्सक्लूसिव, इट इज़ इलीगलाइज्ड, मल्टीपल पार्टनर्स वेर इलीगलाइज्ड बाई ब्रिटिश. तो मुगल्स के केस में भी फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत था, बट ब्रिटिशर्स के टाइम पे आने पर विक्टोरियन मोरालिटी बिल्कुल ही ख़त्म हो गया. सेक्स को ये माना गया इनफैक्ट कि इट इज़ ओनली फॉर प्रोक्रिएशन एंड हस्बैंड वाइफ शुड स्टॉप हैविंग सेक्स आफ्टर दे हैव अ बेबी, सो दैट इट इज़ ऑल्सो यूज्ड एज अ पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल. तो ये सारे एक्चुअली दे आर दीज काइंड ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट्स फ्लोटिंग अराउंड. Now you will actually see that nudity was not seen as a disgrace, it was more of a comfort. So see, India typically has a hot climate compared to the West. Okay, so we are typically having a hot climate, okay, India typically have a hot tropical climate, and due to high temperature and humidity, people would not wear a lot of clothes. So you will actually see the depictions of the temples, and even gods today, you will not see Vishnu ka bhi hai ya Shiv ka bhi hai, so they are bare chested, they are not wearing some cloth out, upward. And women also would just wear a like kind of tied around cloth. So mostly we were more comfortable with nudity. Okay, so men would remain topless. Most of the times men would remain topless. Even if you can see gods of today, they are like topless, they don't wear clothes on the top. And women would be draped in sarees, and that too was like, okay, the shoulder would be visible, or the midriff hai wo visible hai. So we are more comfortable with the nudity ancient times. So I think, guys, this is something I actually want to talk about to make you understand that, see, where are you coming from, हम कहाँ से आए, हम कहाँ आए हैं, कहाँ थे क्या. I'm not saying that you have to go back and repeat all of this, but it's more about understanding our history and seeing that, okay, whatever we are doing it, is it that something that comes natural to us or something that we have been told to follow. Okay, so I would like to end my session with a very interesting story of Koka Pandit. So there was a woman who was burning with sexual desire, okay, and she could find no man to satisfy her sexual urges. So she resolved to throw her clothes and remain naked unless she gets a man to satisfy her completely. And then she walked into the darbar of Raja naked, and everyone was like his his council and the king himself were like very much surprised at how a naked woman can walk in the court, the king's court. And then she said that, okay, there is not even a single man in the room who can sexually satisfy her. So this is the woman is saying, and she is standing naked. Then Koka Pandit, he says that, okay, he's a sage, and he says that, okay, can I have the royal permission to fulfill the woman's sexual desire? So king said, okay, go ahead. And he took the woman, and like he spent the whole night making a lot of effort, putting in a lot of sexual tricks, sexual kind of things, sexual acts to make her orgasm after orgasm. Okay, she had multiple orgasms and she cried. And the next day, the sage got the woman back to the court and asked her to wear the veil, because now she has been satisfied, and confess her defeat. तो ये कहानी था कि it's amazing that, okay, a woman can actually declare that she needs to be sexually satisfied. I mean, sexual agency of woman was so powerful that she can say that, yes, you are not able to satisfy me. It's big thing. I mean, see, women typically have a different sexual response cycle than men. It's not so straight. तो इसका भी reference दिया गया है कि how hard it is for a man to satisfy a woman. And he actually used a lot of tricks. He used a lot of techniques. So you can actually go to Kama Sutra and read some of those techniques. Ananda Ranga padhiye, Kama Shastra padhiye, Rati Rahasya padhiye. Rati Rahasya is also a great scripture, great text on sexuality. Geet Govind written by Jaydev. So you can actually read Geet Govinda, that actually talks about the Krishna and his flirtations with the gopis. तो बहुत सारा हिस्ट्री है हमारा, and we should not ignore it. We should actually look at it ponder it, pick something that we think that yes, this is something is like right. You can actually make out if it is right or not. Don't go by like what you have been told. You have to use your own critical thinking to understand if something is right or not, to understand if sex is dirty or if sex is of immense pleasure. It does. So yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for your time. Be the force, be educated, and be empowered, and be blessed. So good night.